for hip-hop, so we need all hip-hop heads to come inside and show them how hip-hop is done. Shout out to my DJ Lou, man. Real hip-hop, please make your way to the front.
Peace. Welcome to the Knowledge Yourself radio show. I'm here with Soul King.
Also known as SK from the Liquid Crew.
Most definitely, we are broadcasting live from Lamar Park. And
Divine Design, shout out to my man Ross Adana, you know, big up.
True indeed. So one of the things is I want to thank you first for being a part of this, and it's a pleasure again having you on the show. Just wanted to ask you a few questions about, you know, your thrust in music up to this point. One of the things that a lot of people may not be aware of is that you're really heavy on not only the underground scene, but just, how shall I say, locally and now beginning to be recognized nationally, okay, with your sound. So I wanted to know, what is your vision for your music?
You know, just to show that this is a culture, you know, for hip-hop music and the preservation of that culture. The music has always been about the message, so that's really what it's about. Supreme Era is about us, you know, the righteous, and the Supreme taking back what's rightfully ours and bringing it back to a right place, you feel me?
Now, a lot of what I recognize in your music is there's a lot of soul, of course, hence the name Soul King, a somewhat bluesy feeling. What are some of the things that you think people most relate to as far as the message in your music?
I think it's just about really the emphasis of what I'm saying and how I say it. I think people connect with the authenticity of it because I'm not trying to do more than I am, you know. It's more like, let me give you my best part and let you take what out of it you take, you understand? So it's coming from a real place, so that's what makes people relate to it. It's like real.
Right, and one of the things is that, you know, I remember seeing you perform and you put your son on stage, and I think that's something that a lot of artists, they fail to recognize, that, you know, when they're involved in their art, it also in some way involves their family.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I think that's really appealing just about your image and your vision in general. One of the things I wanted to ask you is, who have you been doing your projects with lately, and what would be some upcoming projects that the people should look for?
Well, we've got Soul King Supreme Era Volume 2 out now on iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon. You can get that www.soulkingsk.com. I'm working on Black Lion, which is the EP out now on Dat Piff. It's featuring Tattoo, Aguilar, and Tamel, which is Rakim's son. So that's what I'm pushing now, to kind of give people a little taste of what the diaspora is going to be about. Really heavy into like my Caribbean background, so we're going to see with it. You know.
I'm glad you mentioned your Caribbean background. Can you just share with the people what your background is and how you feel that influences your music?
Yeah, you know, I'm Haitian descent, born in Canada, and then moved out to the U.S. when I was about 5 years old. So it's 3 languages, you know. So I'm giving you 3 different type of perspectives. So that's how I influenced the music. You know, my dad was in a Haitian band, so the art was always in me. But I think with hip hop, you know, because the language is for the youth in the streets, I got 3 ways to give it to you, you know. So.
Now, one of the things I wanted to ask you, just if producers, A&R, or anyone involved in the industry, if they want to get in contact with you, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
Man, just get at me, www.soulkingsk.com. Send me an email, shoot me a contact, see me in these streets. That's the best way.
True indeed.
Yep.
Last question. This is something that I'm going to always ask artists that come on our show. Can you define for the people what knowledge is and what is self?
Knowledge of self is learning the origin of everything that begins, you know. So it's kind of like figuring out your place in the world and figuring out how it began to apply it towards the future. So it's kind of just like God, and you want to develop God in that person. It starts with themselves, their mind, their heart, their character. So it's, you know, you got to tell them the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and culture, no refinement, and not be a savage in pursuit of happiness. That's really what knowledge itself is. It's just more or less like knowing who you are, knowing your place in the world. Play that part.
And thank you for representing that, brother.
That's what's up.
Check out our brother Soul King's performance. They did it in Lamar Park, June the 29th. And fortunately for you, you're going to be able to see a little bit about that. Peace.
Catch that live too. Visit your city. Request me in your city. Peace.
You know, Squad is a jury. It's operating, moving the game. We got all things for jewelry. She just wanna be protected instead of being half naked, trying to sleep on a record. Reputation matters, just shut it out. Yeah, I've been counting on drum pads. If it ain't about the money, then it just don't matter. I'm begging for my son to take it this night, but is that out? Suffering before the economic crisis, but we remain righteous. Some of our serving like citizens, I know the feeling of every shit, police and sheriff, shooting at your up. Yeah, that little bit of Hennessy was pouring out gently. Just pouring out liquor is a tribute to memory. Rest in peace, sir. Can't stop drinking at the church. I say, I like it. Vagabond, trying to put a magnum on. Fuck what you're rapping on, cause hip hop is a marathon. Dress code softer than the best mode. My next load, making that explode. I project thoughts to stimulate change. I project thoughts to stimulate change. I represent you.
Our radio show. So we got Soul King, Tristate, of course, you know, Born Alive. We come to talk to you a little bit about today's hip-hop show in Lamar Park. We want to talk a little bit about what these brothers are delivering today. So I'm just going to ask some general questions. You guys are delivering as you want. When we begin with Tristate, just what's the current vision of focusing your music? You know, what is it that you want people to get from your music?
Positivity. You know, we make music that feels good to us, so naturally people can connect to that. Okay, so it's all about building. So the people can feed off our music.
So again, pretty much the same question. What is it that you think a person listening to your music for the first time will be able to absorb as far as your general message or feel?
Veteраnism, like as far as like people that I get down with it myself, kind of like, you know, feeling kind of, you know, bewildered, like, damn, I might not have heard of this dude before, but he sounds like I should have heard of him this entire time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best you can do nowadays in this internet world, is impress people. When they hear you, it don't matter when, it can be right now, it can be that song 20 years from now. If you're just impressed at the time, you pretty much been platinum in a way. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm going to come back to y'all, but I do want to, of course, introduce my brother, Born Alive. Really needs no introduction. He's been in the music industry for a long time. One of the things I want to ask Born is, just when you've seen the new era of hip-hop come in, what's your makeup today, hip-hop? What is it that you think it needs, and what is it that you feel you're adding on to this common era of hip-hop today?
You gave me two different questions. I can't, there's a lot of critique that I can give to young people today as far as having a certain taste in music, but the music has always been for the young. So they gonna speak and they learn about their perspective. All I'm saying is that a lot of they haven't been privy to a lot of information and a lot of good hip hop. You know, cats like me, I came up on paying attention to who the old head was and things
like that. The young generation right now is so instant and so right now, they don't really have a grasp of what past generations did of hip-hop before them. You know what I'm saying? That's the extra ingredient. That's what they're missing. You know, they're going off of, hey, it's rapping, what everybody's going, and they start from this point going forward. So everything sounds pretty much the same. Everybody's in the same lane because nobody hasn't had no other ingredients.
Yeah, they don't realize the variety that's out there. They're so dead on what he's saying, starting from, you know, oh, okay, I'm starting today, whatever today's date is, and I'm gonna like do what they doing and move forward with them, and you don't know what's behind you. So he's pretty perfect.
I mean, you know, just from that, those series of statements, you can see that they have a really good sense of history, and that's a lot of what's missing with artists today. I want to ask you, how did you all come together just to today's show?
These streets you're walking on right now, yeah, pretty much.
This is real shit. We was kids in these streets. You know, we made our names as kids, and then we just grew to men, and we still repping that culture the right way. So you seeing knowledge to go, and you seeing it from the beginning to infinity. This is how it began. We was in these streets. You know what? This is organic. It ain't made up. You can't make this.
It's big homie status right now. Like that's what it is. Big homie status.
One of the key things is that we're all working artists. So the relationship's only enhanced because we work together. Everybody's at each other's shows. Everybody's supporting what each other do, you know. So that does nothing but build camaraderie. So, you know, and that's what you're witnessing right now. These brothers got a show, we came down, we support. We're going to be at another Brothers of our show later on tonight. That's what it is, the camaraderie, the system, we all working artists.
You know, that's the other thing. Like, I appreciate all of y'all doing that.
Knowledge Yourself Radio, man. Watch that, man. Peace to God.
When the brains bleed, we feed all the weak. The chunky white word on the street is we undefeated. You never see it in long sight. Corona's picking at you with small bites. Balls split up, hunting to kill. In the field with snapshots. And taxiderm niggas with back lots. Stir up 16s and crack pots for half knots. Shot fire, cease fire. Reload fire to the target is down. Overkill on a good note. Competition operate cutthroats. Devastating verses you must quote. Nigga, we straight up chase you use time. Rise your voice electronic. This ain't Tron. Assassinators others got Caroline. Vampire bloodlust birth. Nascarado post music. Bone to the rap still.
Rap to Diddy Dick. The black rim fire learning shimmy. Old dirty shimmy. On a hustle for a pretty penny. Pork rhymes from the giddy pig. Poison in my city like a silicone tin. Holy Quran. Slow and calm. Blow the time down. Cold as a bar. Pour the shine down. Front runners. Right. See the cops on the truck bumper. Cause we used to push rock. Young brother still clapping. On the court, Phil Jackson. Off the court, Drew Jackson. How I'm stacking. Champagne on a rebel. Cigarello, good fellow. Hood rich from Hood Metal. Big Willies on that BMX. Hell is hot BMX. Post monopoly, catastrophic. Persona is true. Who knew about the profits? It's like the new brand new begin what we accomplished. General Lucky, you fucking knew. It's nothing new. My whole squadron. Explosive pipe bomb, retarded artists. Leaky chicks and all my clickers known to snatch the cuties. Blue strawberry, pineapple, apple smoothies. Black rubies, squad is kept fresh from a private jet. Thugging with a double back of Uzis. I'm a do-rag dynasty member. The Royal Highness with the flyness. Still I'm hanging out with. I'm still a chinchilla killer. Champagne spiller. The campaign is gold chain, black belt, theater, ain't for more.